All right. Well, welcome everybody. We're in week 5 of the challenge. I'm excited that you've joined us live tonight. For those of you that are watching the recording, man, you're missing a really good live session. We've also got some special prizes. We're going to draw 20 promo code winners from the live participants tonight. So stick with us here for half an hour. We've got an action-packed half an hour. We've also got a grand prize of 5 promo codes, good for the next 5 challenges that we do. For those of you that showed up today, we appreciate you being here live. Most of you already know who we are, Craig and Dave. We're just leaders in our optimal health community that are helping out with leading these challenges or huddle ups. So we're excited that you're joining with us tonight. Craig, why don't you go ahead and kick off the webinar tonight with the first survey. We'd love to get some feedback from everybody. We're not going to have a lot of time to leave the survey open, so cast your vote just as soon as you can and give us some feedback. Have these huddle ups been helpful to you as part of the support system inside the challenge? Cast your vote. Great, thanks. You're on mute, Greg.
Yeah, thanks. Got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, cast your votes. We just hit a new record, 401 people in the huddle up.
That's great.
Right. So we had 96% said yes, yes, sir. This has been a good, helpful.
Thanks, and thanks to all the team leaders that have contributed to make this such a raving success. Just a quick recap on the challenge, as we still have a couple little contests out there. So if you want to cast your picture, upload your picture of you taking a little bite of fruit. And remember, for those of you that are following our 5-in-1 meal plan, is that you don't have to eat fruit to take a picture of it, but it's just a fun way to kind of encapsulate what it means to make healthier choices. We've also got a contest that's going this week that if you earn 1,250 points total before Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., which would be the 35th day of the challenge, you're going to be entered in to win one of 14 $50 prizes. So just kind of a fun way to keep you engaged in earning those habit of health points and to make sure that you are practicing the habits of health. Every day those points are reinforcing those healthy decisions. So make sure that you get your points for this week, and make sure that you don't miss out on those weekly points, because those leave on Sunday night at 11:59. And once they're gone, they're gone. So Craig, I'm really excited tonight because we have kind of a unique opportunity to get a chance to meet Dr. Anderson live and take some questions and get him to really give us his expertise in the area of healthy support. For those of you that are unaware of who Dr. Anderson is, he's one of the nation's most foremost physicians in nutritional intervention, and he's also the best-selling author of a groundbreaking book called Dr. A's Habits of Health. Many of you have seen the content from his book inside of our Health Games Challenge because he is the thought leader that's helped us to coordinate this challenge. Yeah, there's Craig showing the book in the background. He's also got a New York Times bestseller, Discover Your Optimal Health, and he's devoted his career to forging new territory in the realm of creating optimal health through a comprehensive approach that addresses and breaks through logistical and psychological barriers. His desire for knowledge and understanding drove Dr. Anderson to become one of the first in his family to enter college and graduate with honors from the University of Florida with a degree in science. Ultimately, he went to medical school at the University of Health Sciences in Kansas City, where he crushed it and became the valedictorian of his graduating class. He did his internship at Grandview Hospital, and he was selected as the Outstanding Intern of the Year. He then went to trained in open heart surgery at the Cleveland Clinic, and then he went to train for 2 years at Jackson Memorial Hospital at the University of Miami, and that's considered to be the premier training program in the country for surgical intensive care. He then became the 10th physician board certified in critical care and went back to the institution where he began his postgraduate training. Dr. Anderson's just been the leader in everything that he does. And now he's the leader of Take Shape for Life, who is the optimal health coaching company that is driving the Health Games Challenge. And we're excited to have you on the call tonight, Dr. A, and talk a little bit about support.
Well, great, David. Thank you so much. And Craig and Amber, thank you. It's so exciting to be here. You know, this technology is really serving us. Most technologies we'll talk about a little bit tonight is really not serving our best health, but this technology is pretty incredible. And you guys as masters are bringing this to home to so many people that can now make the decision and then change their life. And through the last several weeks, as you brought together people and had some fun and talked about health, I'm just excited here tonight to help in any way I can. You know, this slide you just put up there is so dear to me, because without support, without actually working together with like-minded people, our chances for long-term success are very, very low. So glad to be here, glad to answer any questions, and let's go.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, Dr. A. And we have a lot of questions for you. There's a lot of Q&A coming in. Craig's going to interrupt us here to take some live Q&A from the audience. But maybe you could just kind of give us the background for this triangle that really tells that support is that piece that holds the exercise or the healthy motion, the healthy eating, and the healthy sleep habits, holds it all together to create that optimal health in the physical realm.
Well, it's funny, David, because I look at this slide, and I actually wrote this, 2008, so we're talking 7 years ago. And at that point, most people really weren't focusing much on sleep. Healthy motion, we knew was important, but it was really in terms of exercise. And then healthy eating, obviously we know we need to eat healthier. But the reality was the support that brings that together. First, the support of the habits of health, and then the support of individuals working together, and whether they're working on their own through education, whether they have a model or someone to help them. But the real reality is doing it. And that's why these challenges are fun, because it gets people in motion. But, I just wanted to comment on that as I look at this slide. But it's pretty incredible that healthy motion, which we talk about, we have 164 days, 164 hours in 168 hours in a week. Literally, they talked before about exercising 3 hours a week. And in the last 2 years, 17 different independent studies have come out and showed that it's not actually just exercising 3 times a week. It's actually what you're doing moment to moment. In fact, there's some statistics that came out that just showed recently that for every hour that you're watching a computer and not doing what's necessary, you're going to take 22 minutes out of your life. So imagine having someone to support you, to work together, to start building groups of people like-minded in your community, your friends, working with our coaches, and being part of an actual community where we focus on doing all the things that matter. And that triad of eating healthy, moving more, and sleep are all critical to that answer.
Well, we talked about this week in the challenge where our topic of focus is habits of health, healthy support systems, which we're taking the content right out of chapter 18 of your Habits of Health book, and just talking about the power of association. And so this little graphic has been something that we've shown in the challenges just to show the number of negative influences that we have in our life versus the positives. Would you just talk about the power of association and how that correlates to healthy behavior?
Yeah, it's critical. It's very interesting, but you're the 5 people you associate with. And the interesting thing, your best friend, the person you like and hang out with, is more important than your spouse in determining whether you're healthy or not. I mean, these dynamics are pretty amazing. And the 5 closest people in your life will determine not just your physical health, but your choices and how you eat, how you move, and how you sleep, but also in your attitude, how you think, what kind of things you're watching. One of the things I talk about in chapter 18 was the New England Journal of Medicine and the work that they've done on looking at nodes. And they actually looked through the Framingham study over 32 years, and they found out that people that hung out with people that were overweight or obese, even if they weren't next to each other, even if they were geographically in different areas, they affected each other. So yeah, one of the key things is you can learn the habits of health, you can make the choices, or you can come together with like-minded people. By changing your underlying structure, your habits are contagious, and good habits are just as contagious as bad ones. Think about in those triad of those 3 areas. Imagine just in your life, if you're hanging out with people to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning. And I have a 15-year-old daughter. I just gave her a lecture on diurnal variation and circadian rhythm because she was up to 4 with her cheerleading friends in our house. And she got up the next day and says, "Dad, I've had this cough for 2 weeks. I wonder why." Well, the reality is, on average, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep dramatically lowers your risk of getting a cold. And that association, just being around people that are moving in the same direction as you, and hopefully that direction is towards health. And the challenges I'm sure brought up for so many, the opportunity to, hey, I'm hanging around people, I've got great ideas coming, there's things they're doing, cooking my food, moving more, hanging out, or just literally getting together. By having it on a conscious level in your brain, you're more likely to make good choices. So David, that association, hang around healthy people is so, so important.
Great. Well, Craig, why don't you throw up the survey number 2 and take a couple of Q&As from our audience?
Yeah, so the survey's up. We're going to leave that up there for maybe 30 seconds here. A couple questions here, Dr. A. is well, some of these are great questions. They don't pertain to support. So, but I'm curious. One of them is I'm curious about it. When's the new edition of the Habits of Health going to be available?
Well, it's very interesting. I was actually talking to Robert Fritz, and the other question is, I'm writing a book on identity with him, and we've kind of been lagging a little bit because as I've really gone into the Habits of Health to make sure the next iteration of it really focuses a lot more on the mind. We've got great stuff. We're updating all the things that are necessary for people to know the latest on sleep, on movement, on exercise, on all those things we've been talking about and what really matters. But it's actually that focus on how we're managing ourselves day in and day out, helping make ourselves aware is so critical. So one of those things about that is that, what I thought was going to be done by the summer, it may take a little longer, but what I am excited about, I have to tell you that so many people just in mentoring and coaching them, they're learning so much, and we're learning so much together. And, with all the thousands of coaches now that are out with their own experiences, what we're going to do is really going to make a difference. And, you put it up here, study, do, and model. Wow, the idea is to take the practical information. It's knowing what to do right, but it's actually doing it and then finding people you can model. And that modeling includes what you showed earlier, which was model each other, be around each other, make each other better. If you have a spouse and your spouse is successful at losing weight or starting to exercise, you are much more likely to be successful. So the cool thing about this is about gathering up the people you love and care about and start working together, study together, hang out. Lori and I this morning, we were down in the Erica didn't have to go to school, and it was raining and snowing here. We were down hanging out in our exercise room, and really it was neat because as we were exercising, we started thinking about other things that are going on in our life. And the halo effect, when you make good choices and you work on your physical health through the Habits of Health, it affects your mind. You get 12 hours of improvement in your mental clarity simply by going and working out for 20 minutes. So, you can take Ritalin to increase your clarity, or you can take Zoloft or one of these things to increase your mood, or you can just simply go work out for 15 minutes with cool people you like hanging out with, and it has a much more dramatic positive effect without the side effects.
Well, Dr. Way, we're moving into the final 2 weeks of the challenge, and obviously there's going to be a significant number of challengers that are going to end the challenge either as a winner or somebody that maybe fell short a few points, or maybe they didn't reach their weight goal. What are some of the things, the practical things that we're showing here on the screen that they can begin to do to create a healthy support structure for more than just a 6-week period of time?
Well, before I say that, just that they were maybe not a winner, but the bottom line, if they made just one positive choice towards their health, they're on the journey. And that's what this is all about. People, unfortunately, most people have what we call a fixed mindset. They're not open, and they're always criticizing themselves. They're always thinking, oh, I failed, I didn't get it done. But the reality, everything you move in your intention and decision moves you in the right direction. And how to amplify that, you put it right here. I love the idea. Friends are so important, and in the Habits of Health, I talk about living longer, healthier life. Being around cool-minded people where we take care of each other, we focus, we hang out together, just that change in the mindset will help you become healthier. It's great to get together in groups. In formal settings, there's all kinds of group settings. There's obviously health game and more challenges coming. There's social media, which can connect people to great ideas. I love how social media is really advanced. If you look at it, we solved the DNA, cracked the code of DNA, and now we're helping in so many diseases by an international community of scientists. Just you guys hanging out doing recipes together on social media, talking about little things that are fun to do. And, you got Amber on here, who is the major fun factor on our Take Shape for Life team. And that's what it's all about. It's about getting in that spirit and starting to use all the things that are necessary. And the last one is to share. When as an adult, we love sharing. At Christmas time, do you get more fun from giving presents or from receiving presents? Well, for me, it's all about giving things to other people. By actually helping people create health in their life, there's no greater gift you can give, and it brings such amazing satisfaction. It helps amplify. So you don't need a hot fudge sundae if somebody just thank you for giving them back their life.
Well, as we move on here, Dr. A, talking about the comprehensive support system that you talk about inside your Habits of Health book, walk us through these 4 different areas of your Habits of Health, how the health coach interacts with that, and then how the games and individual peers can really help bring all of that together into a microenvironment of health.
Well, as you saw earlier, you want to read about it, you want to do it, and then you want to share it with others and model other people. So the reality is you guys have all been exposed now to a fun challenge where you could have some fun, start thinking more about your health. That's key. I have to say, of all the things that the Habits of Health are about, you can read that book or put it under your pillow, but as you read it, if you're really paying attention. So what we actually are doing is we're taking ourselves from an unconscious state where we're just doing things automatically. 45% of our choices, just by our programming and from our environment, is we make choices that are not healthy for us. So what we're doing first is making ourselves aware. Great ways to make it aware are things like the challenge. The challenge puts you in position where now you're taking some time out every day to focus on that. Hanging out with people where you're bringing up health versus, hey, let's get some buffalo wings and a keg of beer. But instead, hey, let's go for a walk. Let's take the dogs out. Let's take our kids out. I just saw a woman yesterday when I got up in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was freezing. She has a brand new, I used to watch her run. She has a brand new baby. She has that baby out with her friend, and they're both pushing these babies. Now, I don't know if it's good at 0 degrees to be pushing a baby, but they had the baby all fluffed up. And I was thinking, you know what? That's the right mindset. That one friend started doing it, and the other one said, hey, listen, you got a baby? Is this the time now to sit around inside? No, let's get outside. So I can't overemphasize, people help people get better, and we can get better together. So the Habits of Health is a blueprint. You've got a health coach that basically has used that blueprint to help their own health, and now reaching out and helping others. And what's neat about it, they've been through the same challenges, the same struggles you have, and they're just farther along on the path. So we want to get you on that journey. We want to work together, and we want to make America healthy.
That's great. Well, one of the panelists that we have with us today is one of the Health Games Challenge founders and heroes. She's got just a rock star status in our world, and I would like to introduce her now. Her name is Amber Smithson, and Amber is going to just talk a little bit more about how this support system has made such a difference in her life inside of her health, and how she's been moving towards the trilogy of optimal health. Amber, welcome to the call tonight.
Thanks for having me on, David. It's just an honor to be on, and you know as well as I do that I love the challenges. I love just working with people, and I love Take Shape for Life. So thanks for having me share my story. Oh, this is a great picture. It's a great start to my story, is that I used to be overweight. I used to have high cholesterol, terrible blood sugars, and 0 energy. And after a couple of rowdy boys that that I birthed, I needed to have a little more energy. I needed to be able to keep up with them. And when I found out that just my numbers were going wrong, I knew that I needed to do something. So I love what Dr. A said about mindset. It's so important because, I mean, you could know everything. You could know that you're supposed to exercise and that you're supposed to eat salad and that you're supposed to get sleep. But really, it comes down to actually doing it, right? And so I have an aunt who is a dietitian, and she is obese. So does she know what to eat, what to do? Sure. So it's that mindset piece that I love so much. And the best way to help you with that mindset is to surround yourself with people who want to be on that road with you. So what I did is that I found a bunch of friends and started changing my lifestyle. I love to play volleyball. Anyone who knows me knows that I love to play volleyball. And I actually brought almost every single one of my volleyball friends into the Take Shape for Life community. So which makes trips with Take Shape for Life really fun too. But because, we need more than just friends. We need friends who want to help us move in the right direction, to really bring us to that next level and to improve ourselves. And that's not just with our bodies. That I love the trilogy that you showed earlier: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. Because I'll tell you what, when one of those things is off, it really affects the other things as well. And that's where we were. I had lost my weight, but really my healthy mind and healthy finances were suffering still. And so really joining Take Shape for Life has been just the biggest, just world-changing thing for my husband and I and our children, because I'll tell you what, one thing about all of us health coaches in our community that we have is that we really want to help each other with that healthy mind piece, and to be able to move forward, not just for ourselves, but to bring other people with us, you know, link arms and say, let's all go and do it. And one thing that's really funny that I have to share is in our community, we live in little tiny Spanish Fork, Utah, that probably no one's ever heard of, but one of the clients on my team is a UPS driver, and he was telling us the other day that he's like, boy, a few years ago, you know, I used to see these boxes come through my truck, and I was thinking, what, you know, what's this? What are these what's this Take Shape for Life, and what's coming through my truck? And he told me the other day that it's 5 to 10% of all the boxes that he delivers now are Take Shape for Life in Spanish Fork and Utah. So I thought that was awesome. That's really, you know, it shows it's a community. I love to get together, not just on these webinars, which are great, but really reach out to your tangible community. Who's your neighbor? Who goes to your church, or who is just down the street that's struggling? That you can, in person, heart to heart, face to face, voice to voice, really make a difference in someone else's life. And so I just want to end with just my gratitude. My gratitude in being part of this community and the support that everyone's offered me. If you don't know, I just went through just a major surgery. I had brain surgery, found a brain tumor a few months ago. And I'll tell you what, it's that I got just so much love from the Take Shape for Life community. And it's just the kind of people that we attract, I'd say. The kind of people that care about one another, who really want to know how you're doing. They're not just going to say, how are you doing? So you could say, fine. They really want to know, because they care about just all the well-being, the healthy mind of everybody. So I hope that helps. I don't know.
That's great. Thanks so much. That's an inspiration to all of us. And, you know, for those of you that are watching this right now and you're just wondering, all right, I'm ready to increase my support system and I want to do something to really help me to move to that next level in health, we'd encourage you to stop right now and go to the challenge and well, don't stop the webinar, but to stop and just reflect on the fact that you have a coach inside your team, inside the challenge, and they're there to help you to take the next step. Maybe Take Shape for Life is not for you. We're not trying to get you to do anything. We're just trying to share with you what's helping us. As Craig Blanchett likes to say, is that we're just a community of people that are not as healthy as we want to be, that just found that it's easier to do health together than it is to do it on our own. So if it serves you to expand your support team, then great. And if you want to learn more about Take Shape for Life and the health coaching community that we have, we'd love to have you as a part of that. If you want to just remain as a challenger, that's great too. We'd just love to have more people invited into the challenge. For the health coaching details, that we have an event coming up this Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Dr. Anderson's going to be taking some pressing questions around what it means to take shape for life and how to create optimal health. Dr. A, you want to talk a little bit about the event and the Q&A discussion that's going to take place?
Yeah, you know, one of the great things, we talked in general tonight and went over some general questions of support. You know, on Saturday, we're really going to dial down and really look for individual to truly have people understand what's necessary, how to use our program, how to start on their journey. You know, what I found is in this world that less than 5% are optimally healthy. 95% of us really need to focus. 68% are overweight or obese. Many of us don't really like what we're doing on a day-to-day basis in terms of our jobs or even our relationships and things. And so we're looking maybe to start anew and try something different. So we're gonna dial in on how to start on that journey for those of you that would love to lose some weight and become healthier at the same time. Learn how to do that so you change your orientation, so you never gain that weight back, all the way through potentially joining us. You know, our coaches, we have We started with one coach. My wife, Lori, was the first coach. I remember that was like 14 years ago, and now we have over 10,000. And our goal is to have over 1 million over the next 5 years, coaches around the world. It's a great time to take a look and become part of a like-minded community. But like you said earlier, we're not trying to get you to do anything. We simply, hopefully, can awaken you for the desire to ask, hey, what am I doing? Is it really moving me forward in the key areas? But I'd like to try something new. And then Saturday, we're going to answer all those questions that you have and really put you in position. So at least by then you'll know, should I join these guys? Should I continue on my journey? And hopefully the answer will be yes. It is for us and for so many others.
Great. So this is just the information that you need. This will be available on your challenge wall. This will also be emailed to you by your coaches that are inside the challenge for those of you that like to participate. Craig, you want to take a question from the audience and let them know where they can find the ebook that we promised to all of the live participants?
Yeah, I did. I will. If you go to, just point your browser to tsfldownload.com. So there's no www, just tsfldownload.com. That'll get you a copy of the Dr. A's Stop Challenge Choose ebook. And you know, a lot of people are having questions about that have to do with things besides just support. And this webinar was primarily focused on the value of healthy support. So I really want to encourage you, if you can, move your plans around a little bit. We're going to have a luxurious 60 minutes with Dr. A on Saturday, and there'll be a lot more opportunity to ask questions, and it won't be strictly focused just on the value of support. So see what you can do to move your schedule around and be there. I'm sure there'll be a recording of it. Where that's going to be is always a challenge. So what I would encourage you, instead of trying to find the recording, do what you can to be there. Even if you're in your car at a basketball game or a soccer game, you know, you can watch it right on your phone. And so we encourage you to do that.
Yeah, Craig, just one thing on that. I just, if you don't mind, Dave, I just add is that when you download that ebook was designed to awaken your desire to maybe think more about creating health for yourself and your life. You may right now tried many things before and you may be a little down or disappointed or tired of people trying to sell you something. Well, that ebook is free. And I would like you to do one thing before Saturday. I would love you to go into the area. There's a health, what we call it a well-being evaluation. Take you less than 5 minutes. But go through that and check your score on that. And if your score isn't 180, which is optimally just absolutely perfect, then we can help you. And we're helping ourselves. The great thing about this as an iterative process and what Amber was talking about, we have a growth mindset. All we want to do is every day get just a little better. So with that, thank you guys for having me on. I can't wait to see you guys Saturday, and let's go get America healthy.
Great. Yep. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday. And thanks for the last week of the challenge. If you have any questions, talk to your coach or email support@meltdownchallenge.com. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Take care.